Hello, you legendary legends of legend land. You're a legend because if you have a guitar in your house, you're automatically a legend. And you become super legendary if you learn how to play it. So you're on the right track. How are you all? Good to see you again. Thank you so much. My subscribers have been sending me some comments, and I'm looking at those comments, reading those comments, and really enjoying the fact that this is reaching people and it's doing something. My sessions are actually connecting with you guys and gals, and that's my end result that I want to achieve. So it's great to know that I am. I'm slowly getting there on the whole YouTube front. It's a crazy algorithm-y based thing, but we're getting there. But I just enjoy it, and I'm glad that you people are out there and you're picking up this instrument and playing. So, without further ado, however you say that, the 4-week Juke Joint Blues sessions. That's what we'll call them. The four-week Juke Joint Blues, learn guitar, learn how to play like the old masters. I'm going to drop a few names. Howling Wolf is going to be the first one. That's the only name I'm going to drop, actually, so I'm going to drop name. We are going to learn. I'm not teaching you the song because I don't want to infringe on any potential copyright, but I'm basically taking the rhythm in a song that I think is a great demonstration and example. It's a Howling Wolf number, and it just Smokestack Lightning is the song. Sorry, I love the phrase and the rhythm, and I play a version of it solo, and where you have to do a lot of, you got to keep the thumb picking the rhythm, and the phrase is pretty much the song, and it's in one key. So it's a great demonstration of how to play this authentic juke joint stuff, especially if you're on your own. So if you've got the luxury of a bass player or a drummer or a mate you jam with, that's fantastic. But in this demonstration, it's all about teaching you the right hand thumb picking techniques, and also the phrasing in between. And I've covered this in a lot of other videos, and that is, playing phrases in between your chords, which is really, if you listen to Delta Blues and a lot of the solo blues guitarists, R.L. Burnside is a great example. That's what they're doing. They're keeping the rhythm going, and they're playing their phrases, and they're obviously vocals. I'm not doing any vocals in any of this stuff. It's all guitar. I'm going to present this in a way of knowledge first, so we'll split it in two. There'll be knowledge, that's the understanding of the concepts and the material, and then there's the feeling, which is you jamming along and wanting you to embody that knowledge, and this is what I've said in previous videos, is once that you get that knowledge and you understand it, it then goes down into unconscious and becomes muscle memory. And this is where I want you to get with knowledge, is that you don't have to consciously be trying to recall things. Those things will be recalled unconsciously. And that is where we get to when we are free in our playing. So there'll be the knowledge, so you have an understanding. I'm going to provide tab. I know I said I wouldn't in previous videos, but I understand that a lot of people it is a good way to learn. But again, I will reiterate, if I can keep you listening more than looking, then you're going to store that information inside of you, and you are going to become more free and more freed up in your playing. So there will be tab. So we've got the knowledge of demonstration on the guitar. I'll demonstrate. We've got the tab, chord charts if you need them. But there's very basic chords in these songs, you'll see. So we've got that. Then we've got the feel, where you'll be actually applying what I'm teaching you, and you'll have a backing track. so you can play along. So I want you to become your own metronome. Listening to an external drum beat, very simple drum beat. I've slowed this tune down a little bit. And that is how we're going to go through this course. So week 1, we'll cover the Howling Wolf song. I will wait until I introduce a second song to make sure, and I'll need you to send me comments about how this is going, but I'll need to know how you're progressing, because if we need to deep dive further and pull this song apart a little bit more, I'd like to have that available for you to do. So I will need a little bit of correspondence from you guys and gals. If you can, please just tell me how you're going. If it's going really great and you're going, no, I need more, then we can introduce more. But I just need to get a feel for how this information is getting out there to you, and is it connecting with you. So I'll be right back. I'll do a little bit of tweaking and a little bit of magic on the computer editing, and I'll see you soon. Hello, I'm back. Okay, let's get straight into it. Firstly, very quickly, your tone. I haven't mentioned this before. Your guitar sound and your tone is critical. It will shape your playing. If you're watching this and you are a beginner, or you've just entered into the glorious world of electric guitar, tone is essential to developing your sound, and tone is essential for sending you in the direction. Well, your tone will carry you in the direction. Think of your guitar sound and your guitar tone as a current. You jump in there, and if it's orientated towards finger tapping, shredding and that, well, you're going to go to finger tapping and shredding. If it's orientated towards blues, it's probably going to have reverb. So what I'm sort of saying is this: find your tone, and it will help you immensely in your guitar playing. I have got my tone. My tone is an Analog Man fuzz face, low gain, into a Dream 65 Universal Audio Digital Modeler, into a Flint Strymon reverb, into my Universal Audio interface, into my computer. It's picking up a bit of interference. I apologise for that, but hey, it's only rock and roll. So that's my signal chain. I think I discussed that previously, but that's it. Okay, so if you've got your tone, or if you haven't got your tone, doesn't matter, you can still learn. You can do this on acoustic guitar. I play this song on acoustic guitar live a lot. It's a great acoustic track. The first thing I want you to do is understanding we're in the key of E. I always hold this. If I'm playing this song, which is... I'm holding the E fifth in a... I'm not using the whole chord, but it's just, you've got to hold onto the guitar. So I hold the E fifth, excuse me. Everything is driven from the right hand and the thumb. You've got this bum, 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 bum. That is a practice in itself if you're really just starting off. That dum, your thumb pick is the kick drum of the backing track. So that's your metronome, okay? Now this is where I'm talking the knowledge. Okay, you understand what I'm doing? Well, I've got the thumb, I'm holding this chord. I don't have to because soon I'm going to leave, but keep your hand on the guitar. We will always want to stay connected with the guitar. Then the phrase now, as I've said before, we always split things in two. You've got your rhythm, you've got your phrase. If you try and do the two too early on and you're not ready, you're going to give yourself an excuse to go, I can't do it. Again, we have to always chop things up into small pieces. Don't overwhelm yourself, okay? Your brain's taking this information in. So the knowledge is, where do I hold my hand where am I playing, what key am I in, and what rhythm am I playing. Now, something that is essential that you need to do if you don't do it, you need to tap your foot, okay? You need to embody rhythm. Imagine there's a string tied to your thumb and it is pushing and pulling on your foot, or vice versa, your foot is pulling your thumb down and pushing your thumb up. Move around, get free. This isn't a rigid thing where because that'll come out in your sound. It's like, you need to be chill, man. You need to be chill. You've got to fall into your groove. Now, when you've got your rhythm, now you can do a double pick, and this would be a great way to introduce the string you're going to play the phrase out of. I've got my low E and my high E. Now, see, I'm double picking. When you've got that phrase that now will be in your head, you probably will be driving that song, you'll be in bed going, like, hopefully it gets in there and just, becomes a part of your psyche. That's where you want it, because it's a good song. So that's the practice. You need to embody that rhythm first with the thumb. The phrase, again, you'll have the tab for the phrase. Once you know where your fingers are meant to go, okay, push the tab away, because what you'll see is this all comes out of the E pentatonic minor scale, or called the blues scale in E. I'm going to put that scale up on the tab, and you're not going to rely on what's the tab, because the tab is basically the scale with feel. So think of tab as, okay, there's my, there's my Google Maps, but now I need to get on the bike and ride to my destination, and that's the feel. That was probably a shit illustration, but whatever. So yeah, I don't want you looking at the tab going, because you see you're external now. You're moving out of this feel because your brain knows it. So look at the tab, understand it, play to it again, knowledge first, feel second. I don't want you trying to force knowledge onto feel, and feel if you don't have knowledge won't work. So that's the first session, people. That's just the simple have fun. Let me know. Please send me a comment. Let's see how this first session went. More next week. I'm going to show you a few other things down here, but then we're going to move on up the neck, and we're going to, by default, we're going to start to understand what inversions are and get you up to places where you can still play the rhythm and play a little solo too. That's enough. I don't want to overwhelm you. Hope it went well. Again, send me a comment. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I look forward to reading your comments, and I look forward to the next video. Take care, everyone. Take it easy. Bye-bye.